area. Next, we're going to start on volume. Okay, and just like with surface area, we're going to start with prisms and cylinders. Okay, so volume of prisms and cylinders. All right, shh. Quiet please. So the volume of a solid is the measure of the amount of space the solid encloses. Okay, so all of the space inside of that solid object. Okay, that is your volume. Okay, volume is measured in cubic units. Okay, so when you write your answer for volume, you want to write out your units. So whatever it is, centimeters, inches, feet. Okay, it'll be your units cubed. Okay, so we have cubic units. Okay, we can see that here. This little box or cube is 1 cubic foot. Okay? And over here we have a cubic yard. So there are 3 feet in 1 yard. Okay, so this is kind of a conversion when you're working with volume. So 1 yard is the same as 3 feet. Okay, now if I want to see what 1 cubic yard is, okay, I would have to cube my yard and cube these feet. Okay, so 1 cubic yard is going to be the same as 27 cubic feet. Okay, so 1 yard will be 27 cubic feet. Okay, that's how you would convert. Okay, there's a problem on your assignment where you have to convert from inches to feet. Okay, inches and feet. So if I know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot, right, you have to cube 12 to get it into that volume form. Okay, so just like I did here, I changed my yards and feet into cubic yards and cubic feet. So there's for 1 cubic yard, there are 27 cubic feet. Okay, so that's how you would do those conversions. Anyways, at the right here, name the shape. What shape is this? Okay, it is a rectangular prism. Now in the top layer of that rectangular prism, how many cubic units are there? So just in this top layer here. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the other. So there are 24. I do 4 times 6. Okay, there are 24 cubic units on that top layer of that rectangular prism. Okay, there are also 2 layers of those 24 cubic units. Okay, 2 layers here. So to get the volume of that rectangular prism, I'm going to take those 24 cubic units from the top layer and multiply it by 2 because I have 2 layers. To get 48 units cubed. Okay, so that's how we're going to find our volume of a prism. So volume of a prism, our formula is capital B times H. So that capital B value from above here was that top layer. Okay, I found the area of that base. I took 4 times 6. Okay. Then I multiplied by how many layers there were. That's the height of that prism. So H. So in all of our formulas that we've done in this chapter, B and H are the same thing. So B is the area of the base. and h is the height of the prism. Okay, so B is the area of the base, and h is the height of the prism. So we do always need to locate that base shape. Okay, for a rectangular prism, it's easy. It's just one of the rectangular sides. Okay, for other types of prisms, you do have to locate that shape that has a side parallel to it. Okay, so in like number 1, okay, we want to find the volume of this prism. Our base shape is going to be this triangle here. Okay, it's not the bottom rectangle. Okay, your base has to have a side parallel to it. So this is a triangular prism, so your base shape is a triangle. So I need to find this capital B value. So that means I need to find the area of that triangle. Well, to find the area of a triangle, we need to multiply base times height divided by 2 of the triangle, okay, not the prism. So if you need to cover up the rest of the prism, what's the base of this triangle? What's the height of this triangle? 10. Okay, so we have 12 times 10 divided by 2. Okay, that is 60. So our capital B value here will be 60 centimeters squared. Okay, then we need the height of the prism, so that's the distance between your two bases. That is 11. Okay, then to find the volume, we just need to multiply B times H. Okay, so we'll multiply 60 times 11. That's 660 centimeters cubed. Okay, questions on number 1. Again, first locate the base, then you can find the base area, find the height, multiply to get the volume. All right, then number 2. Okay, what's the base shape in this one? A trapezoid. Good. Okay, so here's my base shape. Now to find the area of a trapezoid, or a capital B value, we need to take the height of the trapezoid, multiply by the two bases, add it together, then divide it by 2. Okay, the height of this trapezoid is this length right here. It is 1.5.
Attention staff and students, we are currently on a soft lockdown for a K-9 sniff. Please remain in your classrooms and ignore all bells until the all clear has been announced. Again, we are currently on a soft lockdown for a K-9 sniff. Please remain in your classrooms and ignore all bells until the all clear has been announced.
Okay, my height of that trapezoid is 1.5. Adding together your two bases of the trapezoid, it's 2 and 4. Then dividing by 2 to get that capital B value, or the area of that base. And that is about 4.5. Or it is 4.5. So capital B will be 4.5 centimeters squared. Okay, next I need the height of the prism, or that H value. What's the height of this prism?
6 centimeters.
It is 6 centimeters. Good. Okay, then to find the volume, we just have to multiply B times H. So 4.5 times 6. What? I just got 27.
Oh, yeah.
It is 27 centimeters cubed. Okay, questions on finding the volume of a prism? Okay, Okay, then on the back, we're going to next look at the volume of a cylinder. Okay, so we're using the same formula for the volume of a cylinder. Okay, we're just taking B times H. Okay, again, where B is what? Okay, and H is the height of the cylinder. Okay, now in a cylinder, your base shape is what? A circle. Okay, so over here, my base shape is a circle, and I have my height. So since my base shape is a circle, to find capital B, I need to use pi r squared. Okay, so since the base shape is a circle, we need to use the area formula for a circle to find capital B. So looking at our next two examples here, we want to find the volume of the cylinder. So in number 3, again, when you see this entire diameter drawn in, that means the measurement they're giving you is the diameter. Okay, so in this one, the diameter is 9 inches. Well, to find the area, or capital B, you need to find the radius. So I need to divide 9 by 2. So R, or radius, will be 4.5 inches. So now I can find capital B by using pi r squared. Okay, so I have pi times 4.5 squared. Okay, that is about 63.6. Okay, so capital B will be 63.6 inches squared. Then I need the height of that cylinder, so the distance between those two circles, that is 5 inches. Okay, that length right there is your height. Now that I have capital B and H, I can multiply those together to get my volume. So 63.6 times 5. And that is 318 inches cubed. Questions on number 3? No questions? We're good? All right, so number 4 then. Again, cylinder, so we need the radius of that circle. Now this 10 right here on the side is talking about the diameter of that circle. Okay, so our diameter is 10 centimeters. What does that make our radius?
5.
Okay, so our radius is 5 centimeters. So now that I have the radius, I can find capital B, since our base shape is a circle, using pi r squared. So we have pi times 5 squared. Okay, that is equal to about 78.5. So capital B should be 78.5 centimeters squared. Okay, next I need the height. Okay, I'm not given the height. Okay, 13 is not the height of the cylinder. Okay, your height has to be perpendicular to the base. Okay, that means this length right here is the height, since it is perpendicular to that circle.
Attention staff and students, we are all clear. The canine sniff is complete. Again, we are all clear and the canine sniff is complete. Thank you.
So what I did now is create this right triangle within my cylinder. So I can use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for the height. So using the Pythagorean theorem, I would have 10 squared plus h squared is equal to 13 squared. since 13 is the hypotenuse of that right triangle. Okay, and we're not using 5 because 5 is only the radius. You need the entire diameter since that's where 13 hits that side. So I would have 100 plus h squared is equal to 169. Subtract 100 from both sides. Okay, h squared is equal to 69. Take the square root of both sides. Okay, h will be about 8.3. So our h value is 8.3 centimeters. So now that I have capital B and h, I can find the volume. So multiply 78.5 times 8.3. So you get 651.6 centimeters cubed. Okay, questions on how I found the volume in number 4. So for some of them, you do need to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for that height or for the diameter. Alright, so solving for volume, you just need to take capital B times H for prisms and cylinders. So that's the formula you are using today